Hi, my name is Tyler Bamba, and I am a senior in the AIM program covering domestic utilities. My mentee, Logan Crines, helped me out with this pitch. Today I will be pitching Portland General Electric Company, ticker POR. Before jumping into the pitch, I wanted to briefly touch on my screening process. With the secular trend of clean energy growing, I wanted to find an electric utility who was putting their focus on offering clean energy to their customers. After doing some research on a few different small cap utilities, I landed on Portland General Electric. Portland General Electric is a leading electric utility who obtains their power from a diverse group of sources. About 75% of their power is generated by their assets, and the remaining 25% is purchased. Portland serves over 900,000 customers across 51 cities in Oregon. Their customers include residential, which accounted for about half of 2019 revenues, commercial, which accounted for about 35%, and industrial, which accounted for 15%. Portland was founded in 1880 and is headquartered in Portland, Oregon. Portland General Electric obtains their power from a diverse group of sources, both owned and purchased. 35% of their capacity comes from natural gas, 15% from coal, 14% from wind, and 9% from hydro. The remaining power is purchased via both long and short-term contracts. Portland General Electric has been seeing top-line growth from their residential and high-tech industrial customers. These trends are set to continue despite the pandemic. Oregon released a clean electricity plan that requires 50% of the capacity to be from qualifying renewable energy sources by 2040. Currently, Portland's energy comes from about 25% renewable, which is set to increase over time. Portland's customers are demanding this clean energy. Over 204,000 customers are engaged in the Green Future Impact Program, which provides customers the ability to get their energy from 100% renewable sources. In addition, Portland has filed plans with the Oregon regulators to further extend their renewable capacity. Due to the customer growth, their demand for the clean energy, and Portland's focus on the clean energy capacity, it is recommended that Portland General Electric be added to the AIM Equity Fund. Now moving on to my drivers. The first driver is the clean energy push. Portland General Electric is pushing to move all of their customers off coal-generated power and into renewables by 2030. Portland has two coal-powered plants, Boardman and Colstrip's Unit 3 and 4. The Boardman plant will cease operations on December 31st, 2020. This will provide Portland with lower operating and maintenance costs beginning in 2021. The Colstrip plants are set to cease operations in 2030. In order to replace the lost capacity from these coal operations, Portland General Electric is constructing the Wheat Ridge Renewable Energy Facility. Portland is investing $160 million with an expected annual output of 100 megawatt hours. This facility would provide 100,000 homes, about 12% of all residential customers, with emissions-free powers from an integrated wind, solar, and battery storage process. Operations are expected to begin for that facility in December 2020. The next driver is additional renewable capacity. On July 19, 2019, Portland General Electric filed an integrated resource plan with the Oregon regulators. This plan included measures to increase Portland's renewable capacity by 150 megawatts by 2023 and 2024, and about 700 megawatts by 2025. In May 2020, the regulators acknowledged this plan as a potential option for their renewable capacity. Portland has begun procurement activities for these renewables and will file a request for proposal in late 2020 or early 2021. If this request gets approved, it would be incremental to the already established growth trajectories. The final driver is customer growth. Portland General Electric is positioned well to see growth from both their industrial and residential customers. Despite the pandemic, Portland has continued to see demand growth from their high-tech manufacturing clients. Management has noted that this increased industrial demand is expected to continue. In addition, Portland has seen an increase in both the number of residential customers and the volume of electricity used. Oregon has consistently seen about a 1% increase in population each year since 2000. With the stay-at-home trends in place, there has been an increase in the volume of electricity that residential customers have been purchasing. Both the industrial and residential customers will continue to provide long-term growth to Portland General Electric. In order to reach an intrinsic value for POR, a 5-year DCF model was constructed, using a terminal growth rate of 1.5% and a WACC of 5.85%. An intrinsic value of 45.81 was reached. Additionally, a price-to-earnings multiple valuation was calculated, using a 2021 expected EPS of $2.50 and a blended peer average of 17.4 times. An intrinsic value of $43.48 was calculated. Finally, an EV to EBITDA multiple valuation was conducted using a blended average EV to EBITDA multiple of 10.8 times. An intrinsic value of $62.52 was reached. By weighting these three valuation metrics 70, 20, 10, a price target of $47.02 was reached, resulting in an upside of 15.6%. POR pays a dividend yielding 4%. The peers that I chose for this company are all other small cap electric utilities in the United States. Because clean energy is an important part to this piece, I made sure that all my peers had some sort of clean energy plan in order to increase the amount of clean energy they generate. The first risk is regulator relations. POR needs to maintain healthy relationships with the Oregon regulators to continuously be able to expand its rate base. This will allow them to achieve higher rates in the future to cover the cost of converting to renewable energies. If POR does not maintain good relationship, there could be financial ramifications in the future. The second risk is wildfires. During the month of September, wildfires swept across the northwestern United States. The company received a report that there is the possibility that Portland's equipment played a role in these wildfires. If they are found guilty, it could have serious financial impact on the company. The third and final risk is adverse weather. Over 25% of Portland's energy retail load comes from hydro, wind, and solar sources. If the weather does not permit the equipment to run, it will cause the amount of energy that Portland is able to generate to decrease and will result in a negative impact on the company. Portland is led by an experienced management team with profound expertise in the utility industry. Their CEO, Maria Pope, joined the team in 2006 as the treasurer, CFO, and COO. She has since transitioned to the CEO role in 2018. She works alongside a seasoned veteran, James Lobdell, who joined the company in 1984. He has since worked his way through the company and is currently serving as the CFO, co-treasurer, and chief accounting officer. Thank you all for listening to my presentation today. I'll be happy to answer any questions that may come up either in the D2L Dropbox or during the live Q&A on Friday.